Hi, this is Swathiramya, Assistant Professor, SNS College of Engineering. You are here with me in IoT lecture series. We were discussing about what is IoT, what are the challenges in the IoT in the previous video. In this video, we are going to discuss about ITU TVUs, that is International Telecommunication Union. Okay, that has been a standardizing sector, and it will give you the, as I told discussed previously, it will give you the standardized rules and regulations, or as a platform or architecture which helps us to develop the IoT system. Okay, see, IoT, generally IoT system is purely application based. So you cannot give the common thing for IoT. You can give only the rules, set of rules and regulations, which helps us to develop a better IoT system. You cannot generalize the things here. Okay, because you cannot say this, you can use this protocol, you will get this output. No, we cannot do that here, because it is application oriented. Every application comes under different domain. For example, you have a IoT system, smart irrigation will not use same sensors, same kind of protocols for the smart home appliances, because both have different environment, both have different applications. Smart home will be working within the roof. Smart agriculture or a smart city will not come under this category in any ways. Both has different kind of things. Okay, so you cannot make generalize here, but still it can able to give few set of rules and regulation which helps us to develop the IoT system, better IoT system. Here this ITU have two perceptions. They are telling about us about the two perception, the view A and view B. Let it be the view A. We'll start with the view A. See, here what they are telling is IoT is a concept. It's not a infrastructure, or it is not a technical thing. It's just a concept. So if you think IoT is a concept, you need to implement the concepts. So in how you can able to implement the concept, you need an infrastructure to implement your concepts. So where can we go for the infrastructure? That is the thing here. See, if it is a concept, we have to implement the concepts. We have to use the existing infrastructure to implement the concepts. So will it, the existing infrastructure could able to provide all the capabilities or all the functionalities support for develop a IoT system? Obviously, the answer is no. It could not able to give a complete support for developing an IoT system. So what we can do is we can enhance the existing infrastructure, or we can add the features or technical support things which is needed to develop a IoT system. Here the existing infrastructures can be divided into two things: service infrastructure and the network infrastructure. These both the infrastructures should be enhanced so that we can able to develop a better IoT system. We have to identify the functionalities and capabilities which is needed to be added in the existing infrastructure, which helps you to develop the IoT system, which helps you to attain the goals of IoT system. For example, we can have the technical things. For example, you have the wireless sensors. Okay, see, these wireless sensors can be transferred, they can be moved to the next step, that is nanotechnology. Instead of wireless, we can use a nanotechnology. This is the small example for adding the enhancing the IoT system. Okay, so what will be the view number 2, that is view A? First perception is it is a concept, so we'll use the existing infrastructure for everything to implement our concept. Second point is view number 2, that is view B. In the view B, IoT is an infrastructure, which means you cannot, what they are telling is you cannot able to implement with the help of existing one. So it's a separate infrastructure, so we have to construct everything for the sake of IoT. You have to develop the separate architecture, separate infrastructure, separate IoT framework, separate protocols, and separate communication channels, separate communication medium like Zigbee, which has been designed preferably for IoT, which is designed only for IoT. So we have to move towards that kind of perception. That is the perception to view B. It's a pure IoT is a purely, yeah, separate infrastructure. So you have to design everything for IoT, which will be very easy for us. When you go for the second perception, it is very easy for us to attain the goal of IoT, but you have to develop everything, we have to develop everything newly, which related to the IoT system. For example, RFID could be, RFID tags could be the example for this, which is, it has been so uh, towards IoT. It has been there, and Zigbee also. It has been designed for IoT system. Okay. So with this, I will wind up this session, and next session we will discuss about the IoT framework and physical design of IoT.